I think the future of our society hinges right now on the most important decision we've ever had to make, which is bringing back severe tire damage puncture devices. They're trying to gain rights for cars, liberation, vehicle liberation. And cars don't deserve rights. Cars don't need rights. Cars already have more rights than some of us have anyway. I, for example, can't get to Japan. Cars do it all the time. They come here daily. People can't just simply randomly come from North Korea to here, and yet, well, we're making cars in North Korea and shipping them over here. We call them other things, but we know we're really making those. It really dates back to Mozart, and it goes back beyond there to Shakespeare, and it goes back to the Romans, where we come up with problems that we've had in our culture and our society. The Romans first had an idea of making transit removal devices that would get people going the correct direction. And it worked for the Romans pretty well, and the Romans basically did this because they thought the Greeks were always going the wrong way on one-way streets, and it had a lot to do with the fact that Greeks didn't read Latin. And with Greeks not reading Latin, it just didn't really make sense. And we had a lot of, well, they're not car wrecks, but chariot problems.
How they started, who knows when, the Greeks or the Romans or the Germanic peoples or whatever. But first I'd like to make a point that the demonic people that own the parking lots have devised methods to harm people.
What about small children that get hurt?
Small children aren't supposed to go over severe puncture tire damage devices, so they shouldn't be getting hurt. But if you mean children that are in a car, well, it doesn't really matter so much, because if their parents are driving the wrong way and their car gets stuck on a puncture device and the child is in the back and gets hurt by this, that parent's probably going to kill that child sometime anyway.
No matter which you're studying, it doesn't matter, they're all going to have these characteristics. So you notice these instruments on the ground like death traps. It looks like something out of hell, frankly, with all the teeth jumping up out of the earth to grab at your vehicle and destroy you, your finances, and your tires.
Everybody right now is really upset with our politics and the White House and the wars we're fighting and things like this, but that will all be forgotten. I mean, who remembers things like wars? We don't really ever. How often do we talk about World War II or World War I? What we will really be remembered for as a culture is if we were really going the right direction or not, and were we driving the right way. So we'll be known as the right way or the wrong way society in the future. It's how we remember the Romans, for example. We don't think about Roman leaders. What we really remember about the Romans is that they went the right way and the Greeks didn't. The Greeks went the wrong way the whole time. I would actually like to start seeing them in neighborhoods even. Wherever there's a stop sign, severe puncture device. If you look at it now, all these cars they're going the wrong way. These guys should be going this way, and that side is going the other way too. So well, that's a highway, so that's 2 lanes. So actually that's okay. This is what I do most days. I just watch. I watch traffic. It's quite beautiful.